Hey, I'm Bob. I've been totally blind since birth and I'm into He-Man. We're talking about episode 7 of the Netflix TV show He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, so we're on He-Man the Hunted. Spoilers ahead, watch the episode before listening to my thoughts, and now I'm getting into this thing. So we get a great opening flashback scene, a kind of when Cringer met Adam scene. It is a very young Adam, just after the failed coup attempt by Keldor and his, well, let's call him his colleagues instead of his minions. And Adam is all alone in this big, scary jungle. He has no idea how he's gotten here, doesn't remember his former life. And you have a younger Cringer who, well, he's already been declawed by this point, and he's out trying to hunt and eat this laughing creature. And well, he immediately drops what he's doing when he hears this kid confused and crying, and he reminds me of one of those very friendly, very cuddly house cats. Of course, a cat that, when it meets you, it doesn't have to know you long, but it automatically just gives you that head bump. And when Cringer hears Adam's situation, he automatically takes this kid in, and we get one of those Cringer head bumps that we've kind of seen him give throughout these first several episodes. And he just automatically takes this kid in, and he's claiming him. If you've read or researched the behavior of your common variety house cat, they will claim you as theirs. They are marking you. They are letting everybody else know, hey, this is my tribe. This is my family here. And so we get to see Cringer doing that. I just love that little scene. So we get to see an A story and a B story here in present day events. So the A story, we get to see Adam, Crass, and Cringer, and they're going back to check on the Tiger Tribe because it's been a bit of a minute since they've been there. They haven't even gotten to check on how things are going after the village was burned down. And well, we get to see more of this brooding kind of nature in Christine. She is kind of going from brooding to full on resentment because in the last episode, of course, you remember we got to see Eternos, but she got to see it too. And she derisively calls Adam Prince Adam, and is kind of hinting that he thinks he's too good for everyone else now, and she's just picking at him throughout the entire episode. And so there's that going on. And of course, before that intro rocks, we get to see our main antagonist. We finally get to see Rakaz. In all the other incarnations I've watched him in, he's spoken in this bestial, pardon my pun, kind of voice, kind of a bellow, kind of a very loud growl. But this time, they've made him speak in more of a whisper, more of a purr. He kind of sounds like one of those not so very nice animals that tends to play with their prey before they kill them. Well, of course, house cats do that too. Anyway, I like the voice they've gone with for Rakaz in this incarnation. He's more creepy, and he's still a fun character though. I like that they gave him his whip, and I like that he can still control beasts. He's captured some of Cringer, Crass, and Adam's Tiger Tribe, and he's having them do their bidding with this control device on his wrist. I guess maybe it's got something to do with that whip as well. And so the A story is just this big hunt because whenever the gang get near the village, Cringer, he smells something, and you can tell he knows something's up. And of course, you have Rakaz, and he is stalking them. And so it's the poacher bots versus our main protagonist. They take the sword so nobody can master up. And all throughout this fight, you have Christine and Adam, and she's just constantly chiding him, and he finally has enough, and he tells her, well, don't be jealous of my destiny just because I have one. And it's something that you clearly can tell that he wishes he hasn't said just as soon as he said it, because he just turns after he said it and he gives her this look. It's just one of those cases in which we all, in the heat of the moment, we say something, and once it's out, you cannot take it back. You cannot take it back. So she is not too happy with that, and she tells him she finally fesses up. She's tired of following him. She just wants to go back to the tribe. It's not all about him. And of course, I mean, he's never said that it was. I mean, he wants to protect all of Eternos from his crazy evil uncle. And she just wants to, be with the tribe. And of course, she's got this darkness in her that kind of comes and goes, this resentment that we see if we watch the show just episode by episode. I think it's more apparent when you don't binge watch it, and it's very apparent here. And of course, we finally get to the point where Cringer realizes that he can transform without the power sword. It's just after this great exchange where we learn that Rakaz was the one who gave Cringer his name, because he was apparently, according to Rakaz, too much of a coward to fight in the fighting pits, and he wonders why Cringer kept the name. And Cringer actually wears it as a badge of honor. He sees walking away from a fight as being the bigger beast, so to speak, I guess. And he's fine with that name. And so that was a really cool little bit of Cringer's past. We finally know how he got his name. And he transforms into Battle Cat, and he's just about had enough of this guy and his taunting. And oh, by the way, yes, we know that Rakaz is a beastopoid. I mistakenly referred to the poacher bots as beastopoids, and that was an error on my part. I believe in the first little episode discussion there. Yeah, so Rakaz is the beastopoid, and these guys are just beastopoid brutes, as Cringer calls them. Yeah, I liked seeing the poacher bots again, though. They're kind of a fun bunch, and I like the ending of that fight where we finally see Rakaz bested, and that whip is thrown away, and the tigers that he's enchanted are free, and they're really wanting to go for this guy's throat. They're wanting to tear him a new one, and Cringer just delivers this great line. He says, "Don't be the animals he wants you to be the beasts you choose to be." So, it really sticks with me. You've got folks that label you as something, or, they want to get you riled up. They want to get your goat. But that line is such a great one. You always have a choice as to how you handle yourself in a heated situation. And I like Cringer letting his cubs know, hey, you got a choice here. Just let the guy go. Let's just go home. And that's what they do. But of course, they've got their cubs back and all. They got the tigers out of this guy's clutches. But Crass is wanting to stay behind, and she just gives Adam this glare when he doesn't choose to stay behind. He wants to protect all of Eternos, and I think she still wants him there. She wants him as part of the tribe, and this hurts her even more, knowing that he's not choosing her, that he's not choosing the tribe. And she gets even more ticked off when Cringer says, well, I made him a promise that I was going to stay with him until this thing was over. I told him I'd help him see him through to the end. And of course, this is what Crass also told him, but she's not really wanting to do that now. And this just really ticks her off when her father figure is, according to her, I guess in her mind, siding with Adam over her. And she's wanting to stay and protect the village herself. And she doesn't need He-Man to transform either, because we see her transform without the need of the sword too. And so she's thinking, okay, I don't need you anymore. And we hear this dark, ominous music when she's saying anything derisively in this episode, when she's showing that darkness in her human nature kind of made manifest here. I don't know if this is going to bode too well. She's kind of giving me, as I said in a previous commentary, Anakin Skywalker vibes. So I don't know, guys. So that they're not a team anymore. She stays behind and they go their merry way. Then, of course, you got the B story, which I also liked. You have Orko in Castle Grayskull, and you have Tila and Duncan. They're trying to figure out where Keldor's hiding, and they just can't get anything done. I thought we wouldn't be seeing Orko for a couple episodes, but apparently Duncan's fixed him right up. And they need to take him to Trala, they decide. So they go take him to the remnants of Trala. The real Trallans, the more real Trallans, I guess you'd say, they've all ascended to another dimension thanks to the original Orko the Great. And our Orko is very distraught. And he accidentally destroys the statue of the original Orko. And he just goes off, and he's not having a very good day yet again. So the last episode, we don't get a pretty bow wrapped around that problem that he's having. He's still struggling with it. He still doesn't know where he belongs. And he says this great line, something along the lines of, I'm not exactly a drone anymore. I'm not the original Orko. I don't know where I belong. I don't think I belong anywhere. And Tila and Duncan are just there for him. After losing patience with him here and there, they finally realize, well, his situation mirrors their own. So they take him back to Grayskull with them. And it's just a really great little scene. And that's one of the things I like about this show. You don't have characters who have their problems resolved in one episode. It's not nice and neat. You have Crass out on her own. Well, not on her own. She's with the Tiger Tribe now. And there are unresolved issues between her and Adam. And I think they're going to really rear their ugly heads in future episodes, especially since Cringer chose to go with Adam. And love the ending scene because we finally get to see Evelyn showing up after Rakaz is defeated, and he's just kind of pacing, and she lets him know that Skeletor has a job for him, and he'll have the upper hand next time. And he just smiles. I love this episode so much. It was really heavy on, character moments and story and great fight scenes with the poacher bots and the tigers under Rakaz's control. I love this interpretation of his character. So next time we're going to be talking about, I think it's called The Gathering Storm, maybe The Coming Storm. Sorry guys, I've only seen this next episode title like once or twice before. So yeah, we'll be talking about that. Hopefully the video was an enjoyable one. And, if you have a house cat, why don't you pet him? Or a dog, you can pet that too. Just let your four-legged friends know that you love them. And, what a great episode this was. Anyway, hear you next time.